WUB Network, America's sports leader, is proud to present the Progressive Cup Series. The season ends here. We're live from Charlotte Motor Speedway here for the Buffalo Wild Wings 500. I'm Eddie Kalegi. First off to Ed and Tripp from the Nabisco Pre-Race Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nabisco Pre-Race Show. I'm Ed Kalegi, joined by Tripp and Guinness. A 22-race regular season and a 6-race postseason has narrowed the contenders down to just 4. And after 20 laps today at Charlotte Motor Speedway, either Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, or Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will be crowned the 2017-18 NPCS champion. Tripp, what are the keys to success here at Charlotte?
Well, the 2 words I use to describe this track compared to other mile-and-a-halfs is fast and narrow. This track is very, very fast, and there's only 2 possible racing grooves in most parts of the track. So drivers will have to take it lap by lap and be smart about when they pass. Lap traffic will be a factor. All 4 championship contenders have been fast all weekend long. I just can't wait to get this race started and see who will be crowned champ.
Certainly a lot of talent within all 4 finalists. It'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. Now it's time for our Subway selections. Tripp, who's your pick?
Kyle Busch is a championship to his name, and he's also been very strong at mile-and-a-halfs all season. He's going to get the title.
He's been good, but Kyle Larson leads the series in wins and won the last race at Phoenix. Look for the magical season for Ganassi Racing to end with the trophy. Now off to Eddie Kalegi in the booth.
Thank you, guys, and we are live in NASCAR's home, Charlotte, North Carolina, to wrap up this season. 39 cars ready to battle. Let's take a look at your drivers to watch for, starting with the non-playoff drivers. Joey Logano won the Coke 600. He starts on the pole in his 22 Ford. Eric Jones starts third in his final start for Furniture Row Racing. Chase Elliott almost made the Final Four last race at Phoenix, makes his final start in the 24. Junebug and Kenseth wrap up their times in the 88 and 20, respectively. And Danica Patrick makes her final Stewart Haas Racing start. Like Dale Jr. still be racing the Daytona 500. Final Cup start for Casey Mears. Now let's get to these 4 championship contenders. We'll start with Debbie Daniels.
Kyle Busch rose off the grid from second, the highest starter of the 4 championship contenders. Busch has had success at a variety of tracks this season and knows that his M&M's Camry has the speed to get it done today. If Busch can stay up front and stay out of trouble, he should have a good shot at his 2nd career title. Ed?
When dirt racing protege Kyle Larson entered the Cup Series in 2014, people didn't know what to make of him, as his first 3 seasons only saw him win twice. Well, that all changed this year. 4 wins, 15 top 5s, 20 top 10s, and an average finish of 10th, leading the series in all 4 categories. He'll look to finish off the remarkable season with a title. Kirk?
If anyone can be considered an underdog in the Final Four, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the driver of the 17 Ford. Surprised many with his win at Pocono, and most people counted him out early in the playoffs, but a thrilling win at Talladega, another at Texas, and Stenhouse cruises into the Final Four with tons of momentum. Rolling off the grid from 6th, looks like Stenhouse has a real shot at the ultimate prize, even though many still cast doubt. Tripp. All right, well, the lowest starting finalist is Kevin Harvick back in 11th. Although running well in the Coke 600, Harvick just didn't have enough speed in qualifying. Lacking short run speed, Harvick is going to hope for some long runs during the race so he can catch up to his 3 competitors. Kevin Harvick goes for his 2nd title. Thank you, guys. Always delivering the goods. Now the command.
Fans, it's time for the most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command, please welcome NASCAR superfan Josh Tipton.
Great command there. The cars are rolling the finale. Let's see how everybody lines up here one last time this season. Row number 1, Joey Logano, and your highest starting championship contender, Kyle Busch. Row 2, teammates for one final time, Eric Jones and Martin Truex Jr. Row 3, 2 of the contenders, Kyle Larson and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Row number 4, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski. Tripp, welcome to the booth today. Thank you, thank you. Row number 5, you got Ryan Newman, the Rocket Man, and Kurt Busch. Row 6, lowest championship contender, Kevin Happy Harvick and Ryan Blaney. Row number 7, you got teammates of JGR, Daniel Suarez and Denny Hamlin. Row 8, Jamie McMurray, and on his outside, Austin Dillon. Lining up in row 9, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr., final start in the 88. Matt Kenseth wraps up his JGR tenure. Row 10 is a pair of Fords, Clint Boyer and Jamie Rockwell. Following them, it's Jimmy Johnson, the 48, and Happy Trails for Casey Mears in the 33. Row number 12, it's Paul Menard, final start for RCR and Casey Kane. If row 13, you got Eric Almirola in the 43 and Michael McDowell in the 95. Then you got Chris Buescher and Danica in row number 14. Following them, you got Trevor Bayne in the 6th, and Landon Castle, who moves to RCR next season. Row 16, you got David Reagan and the Italian stallion Matt DiBenedetto. Back of the field, row 17, Ty Dillon in the 13, AJ Allmendinger in 47. Row 18, Cole Whitten. How about Tyler Reddick? He and his team, Mystery Motorsports, making a debut. They'll be racing full-time next season. Timothy South and Garrett Smithley in row number 19. And then Joey Gase rounds out the field in the 55 car. DNQs, there's a pair, Jeffrey Earnhardt and Chase Montgomery. 20 laps, pit window 10 to 12 laps. The banking is useful, more so in turns 3 and 4, and an NPCS champion will be crowned in this race. Trip, are you ready? Of course I am. I am energized for this. Hold 'em, flagman, hold 'em. Green flag, let's go, let's roll. One last time this season, the green is out. Joey Logano, Kyle Busch. Here they come down the backstretch. Kyle Busch gets a draft from teammate Truex, and he'll take full advantage as Larson and Stenhouse battle for 5th. Kyle Busch leads lap number 1. Nice start there for Kyle Busch. He knows the pressure. Look at Stenhouse. A lot of drafting early. You saw Busch get helped by Truex. Now Stenhouse gets help from Elliott, and the pole sitter Joey Logano free-falling back to 4th place now. 3 wide for 5th. As you see on the bottom of the screen on the ticker, will only show where the 4 finalists are running throughout the race. Kevin Harvick making up ground. Joey Logano slowing. He's headed to pit road. Kirk's got an update. Loose wheel for Joey Logano. They did not tighten it when he first came out onto the track. Frustrating for Logano, the pole sitter. He's going to lose a lap. They'll give him regular service, though. Hopefully it works out. That's going to hurt for him. Lap 4, Kyle Busch in front. As Stenhouse gets by Truex, he's up to 3rd place. Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, Stenhouse, Truex, and then you got Larson. There's Logano, who's just gone a lap down. On board with Larson, who goes for a top 5 spot. Kyle Busch continues to lead. We'll be back after this commercial break on WUB Network. For the lead, battle for the title, lap traffic all around. Kyle Busch versus Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Stenhouse powers to the outside and takes the advantage. Matt Kenseth there, Gallinrola and others in the way. 4th place, Kyle Larson. Harvick still mired back in 8th. Kyle Busch with a crossover. He's to the bottom through 3 and 4. Busch takes the advantage, fly by the field. This is getting very exciting. Oh, Danica! Danica back to the round off the bumper of Truex and hard in the wall. Oh, man. Big hit for Danica. You saw it right across the screen. Heavy damage. Good to see her out of the car because that was quite the lick. We're going to take a look at the replay. Yeah, Martin Truex Jr. trying to get by her. Yeah, he just tipped her. She goes through the grass. Kind of slowed up the car, but still, that's quite the lick. Here's a look at your real speed of the wreck. Yeah, watch how hard, and lucky for Chase Elliott, Joey Gase to avoid it. Pit stops now on lap 12. To pit road we go.
Kyle Larson pits from 4th and says that the 42 Chevrolet is way too tight, making it impossible to run the high line. 4 tires, fuel, and a wedge adjustment for Larson.
Absolutely perfect is what Ricky Stenhouse said over the radio about his number 17 Fastenal Ford. After climbing from 6th to 2nd, no adjustments for the 17, regular service only.
Kyle Busch says the car is fine when by himself, but crazy loose when near other cars. 4 tires, gas, and they'll lighten up the 18. A little slow on the left side, though.
Watch this, Kyle Busch only 4th off pit road as we look at your championship fan predictions. Well, more people went for Kyle Larson, but Kyle Busch, Harvick close behind. Stenhouse the real underdog, but as you might have seen on that pit stop, he came out pretty quickly. Ryan Newman, though, is your new leader. Kyle Larson, the favorite, he's back in 6th. We're ready to restart with 7 to go. As Tripp said, Ryan Newman took 2 tires. He assumes the lead. How about the Rocket Man going for the win? 17 had a good pit stop. He's in the championship lead. Trouble for Kyle Busch on pit road. He's going to fall to 4th. Kyle Larson restarts in 6th. Chase Elliott right smack in the middle of them. Harvick lost another position on pit road. He is in 9th. Joey Logano didn't pit because he got enough fuel. He's going to gamble, though, for a couple laps. He's 19th. Truex had an uncontrolled tire. Wow, he had a good car. He's in the back. Pro Shop's Lucky Fish, Clint Boyer. Green flag back in the air. How about Stenhouse jumping right back up there? Ryan Newman to the outside, though. Newman strong. Oh, he gets loose. Stenhouse up in the air. Oh, man. Several cars, 7, 8, 9, and a caution's going to come out for a huge accident. Major championship implications. Busch, Elliott, Larson now 1, 2, 3. Kevin Harvick got some damage. Ricky Stenhouse destroyed. That was crazy. Stenhouse had an amazing season, but the shot at a title comes to a close. Heavy damage for Dale Jr. after he contacted the debris. Trevor Bayne headed to the garage. He was involved. A lot of cars. And here's Kevin Harvick. A lot of damage on the 4. He made a lot of contact with Keselowski, but they'll attempt to repair. What happened here? I just want to say, though, you see, let's watch the whole restart first. Stenhouse gets a good jump. Newman, though, uses his speed to go to the outside. Yeah, he just got loose. Stenhouse goes airborne, and then look in the back. Just see Newman wobbles, gets into Stenhouse. He's in a tough position. Do you go for it? I mean, it's a tough spot for him. Yeah, you know, Ryan Newman's going for it. He wants to win this race, but did he really want to affect the championship? I don't think so. And you see in the back, Kevin Harvick got turned and collected. Red flag's been lifted. Kyle Busch, your leader. Here's your Nike Super Zoom. Yeah, look at it. Ryan Newman, he is headed right for the wall. He kind of overcorrected. And look at all the cars involved. Johnson, Blaney, McMurray, Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Dale Jr., and then obviously Stenhouse, Jones. One last look. Let's watch the back this time. Harvick gets tipped by Austin Dillon, hits Keselowski, then hits the stopped car of Ryan Newman. Well, now we're going to have a huge restart with 3 to go. Kyle Busch restarts in the lead, led earlier. He's come back, and he aims for his 2nd Cup title. Larson restarts 3rd, and he looks to claim his 1st title. Joey Logano back to 9th on lead lap after early troubles. Kevin Harvick has net minimum speed. He runs in the lead lap in 10th. Just a lot of body aero damage. I don't think he's got a chance. Lucky Fish's Matt Kenseth. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Kyle Busch doesn't get a good restart. Oh, man. Chase Elliott to the lead. Larson and Busch side by side. Look at Paul Menard back there. Anyway, the focus goes to Larson and Busch. Larson clears the 18. Busch with a crossover. 2 laps to go in the season. On board with the 18, trying to get by Kyle Larson. He just can't clear him, though. Larson's right on the outside. They made some great adjustments under that caution. Kyle Larson rockets to the outside. Gets around Kyle Busch. 1 lap to go in the season. Larson versus Busch. Oh man, this is getting good. Busch to the outside. They're side by side on the back. Larson versus Busch headed to turn 3. Busch on the outside. Oh, he hit the wall. Kyle Busch in the wall. Kyle Larson, your Progressive Cup Series champion. What a finish. Wow. Man, that was crazy. Here's a whole last look at that last lap. Look at Busch with the crossover, goes to the outside. Larson's so strong, though, and Kyle Busch just makes a mistake, a rare mistake from him. He gets in the wall. Oh, by the way, Chase Elliott just won the race as we watch Larson. Congratulations. And look at the class act move from Kyle Busch to congratulate him. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott celebrates his 1st career win. Nice job for Chase, but what a job for Larson. Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez, Denny Hamlin, then Paul Menard, Martin Truex, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer. We're just going to watch the standings, the results and standings go by. Tripp, your take on this race. Well, you know, it stinks for Stenhouse and Harvick what happened in that Ryan Newman accident. Harvick just didn't have the speed. He ended up finishing 9th. But that battle at the end, a remarkable season for the Progressive Cup Series, and that was the pinnacle of it. Great battle for the title, and the best thing, Kyle Busch, you know, was frustrated, and we know these guys have had so many battles. Las Vegas, Geo Mexico, the fight at Pocono, and Kyle Busch, classy, congratulates Kyle Larson. It's not like Larson wrecked him. Kyle Busch got up in the gravel and made some contact. Well, something interesting to look at, here's your final standings. Chase Elliott with that win gets into the top 5. Hamlin, Logano, McMurray. Any notables? Well, obviously, these are the playoff drivers. I would have thought Jimmy Johnson more than 12th. Keselowski, after he won the Daytona 500, more than 10th. As you look at the guys that didn't make the playoffs, Matt Kenseth back in 18th. The rookies Suarez and Jones had good years. Casey Kane really struggled. He hopes to find some speed in the 95. It's just a great season. Eric Almirola back in 25th, and then here's a lot of the guys who didn't really race that often. Out of all the full-timers, Matt DiBenedetto the lowest, but he's moving to some slightly better equipment, enhanced equipment with the 32. Well, let's send it down. Kyle Busch was not that happy. Kirk Landry's with him. Well, Kyle Busch's season ends here. Kyle, what do you make of that last lap? I just made a mistake. I don't usually make mistakes in this M&M's Camry, but Larson gave me a heck of a battle. It's a great season. We're just going to come back. We're going to try for it next year. Everything's great. I mean, we went for it. We just couldn't get it. Great job for him. W. Daniels is with the win.
Down here on the track with the 2017-18 champion Kyle Larson. How'd you do it?
I just got to thank the team, all the guys. We had a really good car today. They made some great adjustments. I was able to run the outside and to catch Kyle Busch and then run the inside. He got in the wall. Just so excited to have this title here in the Progressive Cup Series.
Congrats on the title. Back upstairs to Eddie and Trip.
Well, there's Chase Elliott celebrating his first career win with Father Bill, but Kyle Larson, the center stage, he is the champion. We thank everyone who's viewed a wonderful season. The 2018-19 season is on the way. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you next time here on WUB Network, America's Sports Leader.